especially the last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I? Well, the only other person I can show is Monica, so I guess I better ask Monica. Hi, Reggie. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? See, this group so far is really nice. Like, really kind of like... They seem so nice. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to do it. Haha, don't worry, Raggy. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Serial would like. Is that so? You and Serial are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah, well. We may be good friends, but Serial and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it'll end up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Serial's writing has a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's really unexpected. Well, to each other's own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure you'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. I don't know why, but as soon as I started recording, everybody wants me. Apparently, I'm just going to throw that way because, yeah, I'm doing this. But that's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of style, but I'll always help you find that suits you the most. And don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Aha! Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Yeah, well, they say if you act confident, you usually develop it, don't you? That doesn't mean I'll always feel the way you... I didn't read that properly, so I apologise. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction, the speckle protracts, a noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Okay. My retinas. My retinas. Oops, I can't speak. Already scotching with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. I wasn't too bright. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. stretching forever into everything, a whole of infinite choices. I realise now I wasn't looking in, and I've realised I can't see that bottom bit. Why can't? Oh, because it goes down. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Do you know, reading some of these things sometimes you think you miss words, and that's why you stumble. So what do you think? It's very free-from, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on specific points. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sarah and Monica are happy chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Nasuki. They're usually exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems, and they read in tandem, and I watch if their expressions change. Nasuki's eyebrows frown in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nasuki just returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss this or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can it be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Oh, these two are not happy with each other. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Just think of it as constructive criticism, Nasuki. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Serial liked it, and Raggy did too. So based on that, I'm gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Raggy liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nasuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realise you were invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Yeah. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just serious that Raggy appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he appreciates my advice more? Well, this is awkward. Are you full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would desperately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Huh? Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Raggy started showing up. Suki! Nasuki, that's a little... That doesn't involve you. Oh, that was a shout. It doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they'd noticed I was standing there. Raggy... She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. That's the point in making your... What's the point of making your poems all convoluted if no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to Raggy. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep expression words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Raggy? Oh, I'm getting confused. Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be... Help me, Serio! Instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Serio. Huh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making her uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Raggy. Well, that's her problem then, isn't it? It isn't about her. I agree. It is unfair to others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yet unless Serio wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Oh my god. Excuse me? You are listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Oh. Nasuki. Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Nasuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Nasuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Well, that's not awkward. Serio. Serio stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Nasuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Nasuki is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, but I can organise things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Aha. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Serio is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. I take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. She's a genuine person, really does make a good president regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was lots of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well mostly. Raggy, what about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. And in that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. Oh no, I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Raggy, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sarah beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sarah and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Serio! About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Nasuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That really was the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, Raggy, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Serio still hasn't got onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds. I pat Serio on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Serio as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So I'm guessing I've got to do another poem? Yeah. Right. So she likes cutesy. Vivid. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's... Okay. I'm trying to get Yuri. This one. Oh no. Nature. Oh no, I would have thought nature would have been ocean. Oh no, it's her as well. Oh, okay, I'm guessing I'm... Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. There we go. And... Okay, so it's pretty much between the two. So another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. So these meet every single day. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the last couple of days. Entering the club, the usual scene greets me. Hi Raggy. Yo Serio. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to not being... Sorry, I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy snacks? No thanks. Huh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't you take a look in your purse, Cereal? Huh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just want you to look at all. Ah. So she never retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch to get it open, and then she turns it upside down and lets the contents fall onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Cereal. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought snacks before coming to the clubroom. So either you're not hungry or you wanted an excuse to take a walk. Or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. And don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Raggy to let me borrow some money. Don't let me get involved like that, Cereal. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough repetition. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the rest of it. That still coming from you, Cereal. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Cereal knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if you weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Cereal. Out of nowhere, something smacks Cereal in the face and bumps onto the desk. Ow! What was... Huh? A cookie? Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Cereal glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my... She keeps saying the wrong thing. But does she... I can't even say that word. Actually, that one almost worked. Oh, it's Natsuki! I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about cupcakes. I was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Cereal hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Cereal rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes one big bite. So good. Seriously clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over there, and you're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki gives a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Cereal gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in hand. Natsuki reaches to nudge Yuri off her. Oh. Izzy leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, then trods away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez. You're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell... Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the clubroom. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Huh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You are so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quickly glanced at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will. Yay! That sounds so cool. I'll also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sora's mischievous Espelette. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sero somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Sero a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the book cover. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I wasn't focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and reliable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over to the back. The book is titled Portrait of Marco. There's an oblivious looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't actually give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life goes really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Maggie? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so I don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri's into those sort of things. She's so shy and reserved on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a stranger's new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the pragmatist, they've made out to be native ones for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I was rambling too. Don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Just let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put in my bag. Alright, it's fine. I'll sit here, right? I skipped to the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about the reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Yeah, I'm not a keen fan of that myself. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult for me to turn the pages. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefingers. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. And that way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It is actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. See, I just couldn't do that. Since you're being so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumbs gently letting go over the page, letting me flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also guesses all the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're the kind of reminiscent of things of your mannerism. Ah, I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Raggy, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't know it. I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Oops. I guess I more meant it's that kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Oh, thank God. I think it's about time we share today's poems. We might not have enough times if we wait too long. Yuri inhale. Yuri inhales. Exhales. Yuri exhales, swearing from finishing her thoughts. Is that right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. You release his hands from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. I'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left the book and slip it back into my bag. Right. I think I'm going to cut it here. It's another chapter. Lots of dialogue. Lots and lots and lots of dialogue. I am liking this game. Kind of not sure about what's coming next and what the plans are, but like I said, there's lots of dialogue in it. If you've continued on this far, great. I am enjoying it, so we'll see what chapter or part 3 brings, because I will continue to record a bit more, but I'm going to end it here. I think it's a good part to end, and then we can see where I keep saying chapter, it's the next part comes in, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, I will end it here, and I will see you in the next video. So bye guys.